Is it okay? Do you hear me? It's good.
A little louder.
Maybe, yeah, okay, good.
Is that better? Yeah, that should. Okay. If you need anything else.
Yeah, okay, for sure. Good morning. We can start. Is hydrology engineering is a portion of the requirement for PE license. In addition to, my name is Iraj Nasseri. I am a chief hydrologist, County of Los Angeles. Also, I'm a faculty at USC, teaching graduate classes in hydrology, hydraulics. Currently, I teach a class at USC, a graduate class, flood control hydrology. So basically, in my class, covering something very similar that going to discuss it today for you. Hydrology, I'm sure maybe some of you already experienced, is becoming very important. Even in many schools, they don't offering it as a course, or they adding it, or is a part of classes like water resources. But it's becoming very important in any project, like a land development, small lots, transportations, to project related to water, water supplies, hydroelectrics, irrigation. Hydrology analysis is required. For instance, many counties and many land development now require that for any development, any project, even if for your lot, you have to provide two types of hydrology calculations. One is prior to the development and one the post-development. The reason is most flood control systems were designed maybe 50, 60 years ago, and land use was completely different. Like when they designed the flood control system for LA County, which has one of the most sophisticated systems, assume that in San Fernando valleys, all the valley areas, Venturas, those areas, Burbanks, everything was, land was agricultural. And based on agricultural land use, they developed the system. But now almost everything is paved, everything is developed. And most of our systems now are inadequate. When we're designed like for 50-year storm, the storm drains for 10 years, urban areas for 25 years, major structures 50 years. Most of them are because of a land use change, and most rainfall that's supposedly to be infiltrate now become surface runoff. And the same condition that these hurricanes that I'm sure you're following up, those Irma and Harvey, of course these are major hurricanes, but not this flooding that occurred in Houston was not only due to a hurricane, which was very significant, because the entire Houston was developed. Everything is paved, everything is commercials, and these basically exceed, the flooding, conditions for many areas, and it's very similar to LA County. LA County, we have 10 million population. And from 1900 was 100,000. In over 100 years, population is at 10 million. LA County was not built for 10 million people. An area which we have floods, we have fires, we have earthquakes, but everything built. You are not supposed to build in the coastals, The coastals should be more natural, to floods and, basically hurricanes and this kind of it, but everything's built. Everything in coastal areas is built in all the cities and counties of US, because people like to have, next to the coast, next to the beaches, but these are the kind of problems that we were facing. Maybe some of you are now interested to know what about the climate change. Climate change definitely, I think most people, scientists, agree with the climate change, the global warming. But how that related? The question is that global warming or climate change, how impacted these kind of storms. Some studies done that these 100-year floods or 500-year floods occurring more often. The frequency of these big events is becoming more and more. But exactly